We are Duel Legion.
Hey guys, it's Legend at Sick Boy, Legend the Sick Boy, Legend at Sick Boy, representing Duel Legion, coming at you with another deck profile video. And like we said in the other video, this doubleheader is our Orcust Knightmare deck. Again, also shout out to Vic down at the shop in 8th and Elizabeth Street over in Chinatown. If you can, go and give him a quick shot and a holler. Tell him Legend sent you. Legend sent you. And always, guys, like, subscribe, and ring that bell for the love and support for the Duel Legion, and just to get the notifications to the videos. Sorry I took a little a month actually hiatus. Had to deal with work and some family issues. But again, I was making sure I got back to, what I like to do with my channel, and which is just show other ways of looking at decks that you can run in the meta and pretty much get your game on, right? So without further ado, just to jump on into it, Orcust Knightmare. So just start with the monsters. We're gonna do 3 harp. Harp is pretty much quintessential because you send it to the graveyard necessarily and you banish it and you just special summon a monster to the board. That's all you're pretty much using it for. And in essence, who you're using it for is Skeletron and one of the tuner, the Bombard. Reason being, I run these 6, I should say. Some people do 5, some people do the whole engine. I pretty much knocked it out to what my quintessential was and used it as that. Bring that into Bombers, get this to the graveyard, bring that. This only brings Orcust by banishing it from the hand to the field, so it's not that good. It's really good because it's a tuner, and it's the outman to always go into the chain. So that's why I run it that way with 6. Alongside them, 1 Nightmare. Had it at 3, had it at 2. Decided just to put it at 1, and also with the Ibli, they're both Nightmares. I'm only really bringing them out because of Mermaid. And if I get one to the hand or get one to the field through the deck, they're both really good. So it's not a hindrance either or. So I just ran it at that way, just for I won't draw into them. In a sense, I could just bring them out, and then I have another go into or another strategy. I go in with Ibli or go into Orcust. But they're both Nightmares. Outside the Orcust, because that's pretty much it for them. Put them to the side. 3 Danger Mothman. I would say this deck is kind of in the budget zone, and I didn't want to go too expensive with everything, so I went for the cheaper of the Dangers. Still need to get 1 because I pretty much popped them out when I bought boxes, so I didn't really buy them individually. So I pretty much got what I popped out, which was 1 Dogman and 1 Ogo Pogo Gogo, whatever his name is. So I would actually just swap this out for a second Dogman and just leave it at that. Most people do more Dangers in their Orcust build. I just lopped it at 5 because I'm only doing a limited Orcust engine, so I really don't want to dump everything from my hand, and they're just really good for Mothman individually. Of course, Dogman just decreases everybody in the opponent's field by 1,000. So Mothman is what you really want to go into, and then you can normal summon him by himself. Moving along, I run a Phantom Knight engine. These 2 in particular, because Silent Boots basically special summon stuff when you have a Phantom Knight on the field, and he's just fodder, so you could banish him out from the graveyard to search for Silent Boots, to then bring Silent Boots back on the hand when you have the Link or the Exceed onto the field, just to extend your board. And they're great for the Fog Blades. So that's pretty much why I run them. Real quick. And there, and then moving along, 3 Ashes for the hand traps, because Ash is pretty much the most versatile hand trap in the game. Again, they got reprinted in common, guys, so if you guys want to get your game on and you want to actually get some duels or some guys that actually play meta, get you some Ashes. Just so you can keep up a little bit, right? I run 2 Ogres just in case, like when I go against like field card heavy decks and they want to do what they want to do with their field cards, just pop it out with Ogre. Just off the off chances I actually go first. I really like to go second with this deck, not to go first. 1 Armageddon Knight. And I was kind of conflicted with the whole Dark Grypher in the deck, but I decided to opt out of him because he really became a dead draw, because the only things I'm really using to special summon him are the Dogman and the other danger monster. So without those in the hands, and then I can do their effects without, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got really monotonous with him. So I opted out for a tech value of Jester Confident, just because he's an extra special summon. He's just an extra way to build board. He's a dark monster. You draw him, he's just, hey, I suss him, and I can go into whatever I want to go into. Great for Link Karibo. He's just all around good card. So I just opted to tech for him. Again, kind of a budget deck, kind of not. So that's what I did with that, with those monsters. Moving along into my spell and trap cards, right? So I believe that was 24 monsters. Yep, 24 monsters, 16 spell and traps. So just to get the traps out the way, one evenly match. Oh, don't do that. One red reboot, just for when I'm going to like Altergeist or any trap heavy decks. I just reset their whole play. And 2 fog blades for the whole shenanigans with the Phantom Knights and the Link monster. Really good card. Shuts down a lot of plays. If you're just looking for extra negation and extra board extensions, great card, great setup, great engine. That's it for the traps. Though. Only 4 traps. Everything else is spells. 1 Babel. 1 Monster Reborn. I don't run a Terraforming to get the Babel. Babel is just like a plus if I draw him, if I draw into it. So it's just is what it is. I don't really go into searching for it because it's not really like breaking your board. You know what I'm saying? So I do 1 drone just for the Sky Striker pop back, and I do the Curry, kind of whatever her name is, to bring it back if I could do it again. So just for extra extensions. That's all it really is for. For the speed part, I run 1 return with 2 allures, and I do 1 share ride. Share ride reason being is for, like, if I go first, random times I do go first, and I have a share ride in my hand, and I'm knowing I'm going against like Salamagrade or anything that could really just pump monsters onto the board, I just share ride it. So it's just like, hey, all those monsters you bring, I'm just gonna draw, and I'll probably draw into an Ash or something, and just, or a Gore, and just, I mean, an Ogre, and just, there we go with that. Just a little tech side of it. 3 Call by the Grave. Hand traps are real. I'm gonna keep saying that because hand traps are real. And also just for the speed aspect, 1 Foolish with 1 Reinforcements of the Army, just to get your Phantom Knights out and your Armageddon out. Foolish just to drop your Orcust monsters out. That's it for the spells. Moseying along into the extra deck. So, like I was saying with the Prank Kids, opposed to this deck and the other decks I was trying to do, Orcust is really doing good in the format. I've been watching it over it, and it's just been going really well. So I wanted to give you guys a different take on it. And then Prank Kids are actually doing very well overseas. So they're a very simple yet affordable deck. So and it kicks ass. So I was like, put that up there. It's really easy to go through. I don't waste you guys' time. Just for you guys see how to set up if you haven't really been looking at something like Prank Kids, but you actually want to start pushing forward in the format. They're pretty easy to build. Same thing with this deck. It's not crazy. Like, you can get the common version. The only real thing that's going to set you back is like the Ibly. If you want to go that way, you could just put 2 Nightmares in and the freaking Dangers, but you can do the cheap Dangers and pretty much do the same thing as an all, because you're really not using the Dangers for their effects in bringing out the monsters, which is cool. You're really just using it to dump the Orcust monsters to the graveyard for you to bounce out their monsters effect as well. So, moving along into the extra deck. I'll show off the Orcust monsters first. I run 1 of each Orcust Link, which they're just really good and really easy to make. Dark Machines. I did not put a limited removal in here because it could be a dead draw, so I didn't want to go into dead draws like that. So I left it at that and just put 3 of them. Some people go into a little milk more with them and just try to go to milk them more. I only put it at that mainly because I need space. As far as for the Phantom Knights, I just run these 2. More in particular offset for him. He's just to get his extra effect out for the popping out. pretty self-explanatory. Brings the fog blades out, dumps out the other ones, could bring out again, then go into another silent boots from there. If you didn't do it the same turn, if you're just going into the last turn. Really great card, really great combo, just for the setup. I run the Knightmares because they're really good, and you can pretty much link co-link a lot with this deck. So I was like, might as well put the Knightmares. Wish the Goblin wasn't gone, but it is. So it really doesn't bank off a Goblin. It really just banks off a Mermaid. I'm really thinking about putting a second Mermaid in here. Really thinking about it. But for now, it's really good. The engine, like I said, might take out the Linkuriboh for another Mermaid, but I'll see how I feel about that. Like I was saying, Linkuriboh, one Kagari for the booster, and one Sajura Skulldread, just because he's a really good card. I had to really battle myself whether playing two of him or one of him. I was like, he's not a dark monster, so let's just play one of him. I think I could get away with just playing one of him. One Boarlord, of course, like I said, really easy card to get now, so might as well. Shuts down Sky Striker, shuts down Altergeist and all that jazz, well, all that other stuff. And last but not least, I ran one Sea Dragon, again just for the effect of the Phantom Knight monster, so I can go bing and then pop another card next turn. And then it's an extension board because usually I'm banishing out the cloak to get Silent Boots out, so I can just go into Air Dragon with like one of the Orcust and another card, and just make that and continue my plays from there. So guys, this has been Duel Legion Legend. That sick boy, you know, representing Duel Legion. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Next week I'm actually probably gonna do the Crusadia build and probably another one double feature. Guys, look out for it. It's been a pleasure, guys. We out. We are Duel Legion.